Fortnite is a popular online video game where players compete, build, and explore a colorful, fast-paced world. Fortnite has been a game since about 2017, but I personally have been playing for about 5 years. Fortnite does gender in many ways, and the biggest way is through their skins. These are ways that you can personalize the game and pick a character. The female characters are usually over-sexualized by being fit and physically attractive, while the male characters are bigger, take up more space, and are definitely more muscular. Fortnite undoes gender by blurring the lines between what is traditionally considered masculine or feminine. In the game, any character, regardless of gender, can use the same weapons, perform the same emotes, and compete at the same level. Female characters can be just as strong, aggressive, and capable as male characters, challenging the idea that these traits belong only to men. At the same time, male characters can wear playful or expressive skins and emotes that are not traditionally associated with masculinity. By giving all players access to the same actions, cosmetics, and roles, Fortnite disrupts rigid gender expectations. Instead of limiting characters to stereotypical behaviors, the game allows players to express identity freely, showing that gender in Fortnite is flexible, performative, and not tied to strict social rules. Fortnite reinforces many of the traits shown in the androcentralism diagram for male players. Boys in the game are expected to display strength, control, dominance, and independence, traits that match the competitive, fast-paced nature of Fortnite's battles. Players are rewarded for being aggressive, taking charge, and securing victories, which aligns with traditional masculine ideals like leadership and stoicism. Because the game's culture celebrates toughness and confidence, emotional expression is often seen as a weakness. Showing fear, frustration, or vulnerability can get boys teased or dismissed by teammates, so many learn to hide their emotions to fit in. As a result, Fortnite becomes a space where traditional masculine traits are encouraged, while emotional openness is discouraged for male players. Fortnite both reinforces and challenges androcentrism through the traits it promotes in female characters. On one hand, the game reinforces traditional masculine values by giving many female skins qualities like strength, independence, authority, and even dominance, traits that are usually associated with male power. These characters often fight, lead, and compete just as aggressively as male players, showing that the game still centers traditionally masculine behaviors. However, Fortnite also challenges androcentrism by highlighting traits that are typically coded as feminine, such as emotional expressiveness, physical attractiveness, beauty and sexualization, fashion, and controlled strength. Female characters are allowed to be stylish, expressive, and visually appealing while still being powerful fighters. By blending femininity with strength and agency, Fortnite disrupts the idea that only masculine traits are valuable in gaming spaces. Material culture in Fortnite revolves around the physical and digital objects players use to participate in the game. This includes gaming consoles, controllers, headsets, and TVs, the essential hardware that makes gameplay possible. Within Fortnite itself, material culture shows up through skins, emotes, weapons, and in-game items that players collect and display. These objects carry meaning, shape identity, and community inside the game. Skins signal personality or skill level, headsets allow communication and teamwork, and consoles represent the broader gaming culture that Fortnite is a part of. Together, these objects create a shared material world that influences how players experience the game and connect with others. In conclusion, Fortnite reinforces androcentrism by valuing traditionally masculine traits above all else. The game rewards strength, dominance, control, and independence, framing them as the keys to success. Women who play Fortnite often face negative sanctions because the gaming community is heavily shaped by male norms. Female players can be judged, doubted, or underestimated simply because of their gender. Many experience harassment like being talked over, pressured to stay silent in voice chat, or targeted with comments about their skill level or appearance. Instead of being seen as legitimate competitors, women are sometimes treated as outsiders or less serious gamers. These reactions reinforce androcentrism by suggesting that gaming is a male space and that women don't fully belong. As a result, female players may feel pressure to hide their gender, avoid speaking in-game, or overperform to prove themselves. This negative treatment shows how gender expectations still shape who is welcomed and who is challenged in Fortnite's community. Male players often feel pressure to perform with toughness and confidence, while emotional expression is pushed aside or even mocked, by celebrating victory, power, and stoicism and minimizing vulnerability. Fortnite reflects and strengthens a culture where masculine norms are centered and expected.